Hello, I'm John Foster, a physician who does Social Security disability evaluations. Today, I'm going to show you my screening system for range of motion difficulties. First, I need to explain that this is strictly based on my experience and study and is not official policy of the Social Security Administration. Why even screen for motion problems at all? Well, there are two reasons. First off, in the template that I have for doing Social Security exams, there are 74 different ranges of motion to be specified. If I did each one individually, I'd have no time left over for any other part of the exam. And many patients don't even complain of orthopedic issues. For example, people who've had strokes or who have congestive heart failure. On the flip side, it's not uncommon for me to find a patient with a range of motion difficulty that they didn't mention during their history. Either they forgot about it, or they had an injury a long time ago and have become used to it. But for whatever reason, they don't mention that they have a problem moving a joint. And Social Security considers all range of motion problems significant. So I don't want to miss anything and risk the patient being denied their claim when in reality, they met Social Security's disability criteria. I use two aids to my range of motion screening. The first is I try to use complex movements that involve more than one joint at the same time. And the second is I incorporate some of my range of motion screening into the neurological exam. Finally, this is a screening exam for range of motion problems that the patient does not complain about in their history. If the patient tells you that they have a range of motion or joint issue during the history, such as low back pain or knee pain, then that deserves a full exam and not just screening. So here we go. I start off with the patient seated and I assess the cervical spine first. And what I ask them to do is to make the biggest possible circle with their head, down, back, and all the way around. Next, I have them put their hands at their side and abduct their arms like so until they clasp their hands over their head. Then I have them go down behind their head and then up as far as they can behind their back. Next, I have them put both hands on the opposite shoulders and then as far forward as possible and then as far backwards as possible, which I can't really demonstrate in this chair. Finally, I have them do straight leg raising. Lift one leg out straight and then the other legs out straight. So already I've done the cervical spine, the lumbar spine, both shoulders, and both elbows. Next, during the neurological exam, I have the patients grasp my fingers as tightly as they can. This tests the ability of all the digits to flex and tests the ability of the patient to make a full fist, which Social Security considers important. After that, I have the patient hold their hands out and oppose their thumb and index finger, and then oppose each finger as quickly as they can, like so. This tests the coordination of the digits and tests their ability to oppose each finger, which again is very important to Social Security. Next, I have the patient stand and perform several agility maneuvers, which again add to the range of motion screening and the neurological examination. First, I ask a patient to walk on their toes, then on their heels, then heel to toe, like a sobriety test. Finally, I ask the patient to squat down and come back up. If the patient can perform all those maneuvers with no difficulty, I've screened the hips, knees, and ankles, and have also determined that their upper and lower strength is 5 out of 5. Well, I hope this has been helpful. I welcome any suggestions or criticisms, and I'll see you in the next video. Always remember, if it happens, it's possible.